Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant here, talking with Aviv Gozali, who is fighting at Bellator 259 on Friday, May 21st. Listen, first time I'm ever meeting you, so hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so for those who haven't seen you yet, you're 5-0, 5 submissions, 5 different submissions, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you even been in the game in terms of being an MMA fighter?
My father put me in judo when I was 3 years old. I trained in judo for like 10 years. Then also when I trained judo, I also did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Then in the age of 14, I started to mix it to the MMA game. And I did my debut when I was 17. I never did amateur before. I'm still learning the game. Still young. I think I'm the youngest one.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's actually really incredible, though, how young people are starting out. And so when you talk about your father, I need to back up a little bit here because you say your father put you in the sport really young. And people should know that your father was also a fighter with Bellator who recently retired, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently retired from MMA. He did one bare knuckle fight after. And now I hope he's retired for always because he's 48 already.
Yeah. Well, so was there really any desire for you to do something else, or did you know you wanted to be a fighter because you already had that guidance from your dad?
I trained in judo. I went also to play soccer when I was a little kid. So I tried a lot of stuff, and eventually I'm over here talking with you. So
nice. Very cool. So what do you make of this fight coming up? Because, as I said, you are 5-0, you are undefeated. But you still have a lot to learn in the game. So what are you expecting from this matchup, and what are you kind of hoping to do in terms of your own performance?
It's gonna be a great matchup. I'm gonna get a lot of experience from that fight. From what I see, it's gonna be a tough fight, but I think I'm the better fighter. It's my destiny to be a world champ.
And you guys are fighting at 55, right? Not 70?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's funny though, because you're 5-0, you have 5 first-round finishes though. So is there a part of you that wouldn't mind a fight going a little bit longer? It's like one of those weird things, right? Because it's always a great thing to finish a fight really quickly, but at the same time, you want that in the ring experience, right? So is there any part of you that's like, okay, I wouldn't mind going in the second round?
Yeah, I'm in shape for 5 minutes, for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Nice.
Where the fight's gonna go, I'm gonna go there.
No.
I'm ready for anything that can happen. I'm ready with my stand-up. I trained a lot with Coach Ray Longo. My wrestling is very good, and my jiu-jitsu, of course.
So yeah, how long have you been with Ray Longo and those guys? Because if people look at your Instagram, they'll see that you're training with the UFC champ Aljamain Sterling, and I know also that you do spend some time with Renzo Gracie and stuff. So yeah, what kind of camp have you put together for this fight?
For this fight, I trained a lot with Ray, most of in his gym. I'm over here for already 8 months under him, and I'm feeling very good under him. He's the best coach that I can ask for. He's really helping me, and I'm feeling very ready, very different fighter from my last fight.
And what do you think? What do you think has changed the most? What do you think has improved the most?
It's from everything, it's from the little stuff to the big stuff, in the game, to fix my holes in the game, So we did great in this camp.
Nice.
Can't wait for it next week.
Nice. And so, that time that you did fight on the same card as your father, what was that like backstage? Because I met, luckily you both won, right? Because it would have been weird for whoever goes first. If you lose, you don't want to mess with the vibe for the second one.
I will tell you, in the start of my father's fight, I was in the dressing room because I fought just right after him, and in the beginning of the fight, it took a couple of hard punches, and I'm like, was so mad, start to kick the walls, AJ McKee hold me back, told me calm down, need to fight, save the energy. So it's very weird to see my father fighting. I'm outside,
Yeah, I bet. Well, I'm glad he's done now then. And so speaking of fights, upcoming fights, I'm not sure who's on your mind. I know there was kind of a little back and forth or so between you and Dillon Danis. Is that something that you think would ever happen?
If it will happen, I will be very happy to show my skills against him. I think
Yeah.
he's only a grappler. He's a good grappler. Can't say nothing about that.
Mhm.
But, it's MMA. It's not grappling. And I think in the MMA game, he can do shit.
If it was a pure grappling match, though, how do you think you'd do? Because obviously you have a ton of grappling experience yourself.
It will be a great matchup in grappling. We need to test it.
Right.
See. Anytime.
I hope you do get the opportunity. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, so listen, obviously there is a lot going on in the world, and as an Israeli fighter, I would imagine it's, I don't know, difficult for you. In general, I don't involve politics in my interviews, but I'm just curious how you're feeling, because I would imagine there might be some weight on your shoulders right now.
I'm feeling like, I'm fighting for my country right now, and I just worried about my family, and I just want to go back home to be with my family, and it's hard time right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as we're talking right now, we're talking on Friday, the Friday before your fight, and hopefully things don't escalate and get worse. But for now, everybody's safe?
Yeah, for now, everybody's safe.
Okay. And just in general, too, though, like for you as an Israeli fighter, what is the MMA scene there like? I know it is growing. I know Bellator has done shows over there. Are you, obviously you're fighting for your country this week. Do you feel in general, too, that you're starting to carry the mantle for Israeli MMA in general?
Now it's becoming because of my father, it's became a popular sport in Israel. A lot of kids started to do it. So I'm happy to be inspiration for those kids.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, hopefully things, just kind of get smoothed over and you are able to, do you like to sort of live in the States more though? Or were you in the States just to train and because of COVID, or where would you usually live?
Right now I moved to live in New York.
Yeah.
And after the fight, I'm going to go back to Israel,
Okay.
For a bit. And I'm going to come back to continue my fighting career.
Nice. All right. Well, so I know you said you want to be champ. Yeah. I mean, do you have like a time frame that you want to work that out in? Is that a 2-year plan? Is that a 5-year plan? Because you're 20 years old right now, right?
2 years from now.
2 years?
I want to be the champ.
Okay.
In the age of 22.
That would be incredible.
I think it's the youngest one, maybe in Bellator history. I don't know. But I hope to do it.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. I appreciate your time today. And I know, there's a lot going on the week out before a fight. So hopefully everything is coming together for you. And, ideally, like I said, you have all 5 first-round subs, and they're all different ways, right? So is there a sub that you're trying to pull off yet? I didn't see a Von Flu in there. What are we doing next?
We're going to see it next Friday. And then we will talk again.
Nice. Very nice. Awesome. Well, congratulations already on your success, and best of luck to you in your fight.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.